10% happier. How I tamed the voice in my head, reduced stress without losing my edge. It's a true story by Dan Harris. This book is an autobiography, positive book to change your thinking, change your life. This book is about the journey to meditation. Make the present moment your friend rather than your enemy, because many people live habitually as if the present moment were an obstacle that they need to overcome in order to get to the next moment. And imagine living your whole life like that, where always this moment is never quite right, not good enough, because you need to get to the next one. That is continuous stress. When you have one foot in the future and the other in the past, you piss on the present. There is no point in being unhappy about things you can't change, and no point being unhappy about things you can. Pursuit of happiness becomes the source of our unhappiness. Meditation is not about feeling a certain way, it's about feeling the way you feel. Everything in the world is ultimately unsatisfying and unreliable because it won't last. We live so much of our lives pushed forward by these if only thoughts, and yet the itch remains. The ego is never satisfied, no matter how much stuff we buy, no matter how many arguments we win or delicious meals we consume. The ego never feels complete. If you stay in the moment, you will have what is called spontaneous right action. The Buddha main thesis was that in a world, the lie we tell ourselves our whole lives, as soon as we get the next meal, party, vacation, sexual encounter, as soon as we get married, get a promotion, get to the airport, check in, get through security, we will feel really good. But as soon as we find ourselves in the airport gate area, having ingested 470 calories worth of sugar and fat before dinner, we don't bother to examine the lie that fuels our life. We tell ourselves we will sleep it off, eat a healthy breakfast, and then finally everything will be complete. We live so much of our lives pushed forward by these if only thoughts, and yet the itch remains. The pursuit of happiness becomes the source of our unhappiness. The main message of the book is practicing meditation and mindfulness will make you at least 10% happier. Being mindful does not change the problem in your life, but mindfulness does help you respond to your problem rather than react to them. Mindfulness helps you realize that striving for success is fine as long as you accept that the outcome is outside your control. Here are some important points in this book. In my experience, meditation makes you 10% happier. Many people assume they must be paranoid and worry if they want to stay at the top of their game. People care a lot about the bio on an author's page. The best part of Eckhart Tolle were a form of Buddhism. Meditation is focus on the breath. Lose your focus, bring it back to the breath, repeat. This is the whole game. Keep bringing your mind back to the breath. How to meditate? Sit somewhere comfortable, keep a straight spine, focus on a spot, and bring your focus back to your breaths whenever you lose it. Meditation helps you shut down your monkey mind for a moment. I do meditation because it makes me 10% happier. Everything we experience in the world goes through one filter, our minds, and we spend very little time bothering to see how it works. Meditation will make you more resilient, but it is not a cure all the fixes, your problems, or relieve stress in your life. Scientists have developed a term for the consequence of all of our multitasking: continuous partial attention. Make eye contact and smile at people. This simple habit that will make you feel more connected and much better each day. So, your ego gets in the way of your happiness by constantly wanting more. Be simple, not a simpleton. When letting go of your ego won't make you a pushover. If my ego is my drive to achieve greater things, won't lose my edge if I completely let go of it? Nope. That does not have to be the case at all. To the contrary, often people overdo it with the Buddhist attitude of letting go, and in some cases even end up not letting themselves orgasm during sex or letting other people order for them at restaurants in order not to express personal preference. That's just stupid. As Indian meditation teacher taught his students to keep things simple and easy, one of them approached him when he was fiercely negotiating the price of a bag of peanut at the local market about how this matched his earlier lesson. The teacher replied, "I said be simple, not a simpleton." Mindfulness just makes you more creative and productive, not a pushover. It removes the need for competition and fuels your drive by removing wrong assumptions and bad thoughts. So instead of the useful stress, you will approach things more clearly because you are not giving in to aggressive temptations.